All right, here's what we got going on now with the SC. RX-7's on pause. Can't reveal the color. Just kidding. Anyways, so I got a smaller pulley, 2.5 inch smaller pulley. I'm going BC valve springs and new valve seals. And so to make things easy, I am pulling the motor because it's just, I think it's easier. So I'm just gonna pull the motor anyways and change a few little things here and there, like some of the wiring mess over here and just a few things around town. So I'm gonna be documenting it. So far I've just got the front bumper off and the side skirts to get it jacked up and get it on jack stands, and then I'll start undoing the harness and getting ready to pull the motor. Forgot to mention that right now I have one intake air temp sensor in this, and it goes to the Haltech, and I have a gauge right here on the pillar. Got my gauges, which need to be also redone, which is what I'm going to be doing. And since I only have one sensor, I can't split the signal. And so I'm just going to be drilling and tapping a new sensor inside the intake manifold. And yeah. All right, so far I've got the intake manifold and supercharger off, fuel rails, and blah, blah, blah. So I just need to get the car jacked up and do AC compressor, motor mounts, and drive shaft and trans mount. And then hopefully, and take off my hood and put it somewhere because I don't know where to put that yet. And then drain coolant. But we're almost there, not too far. But I did find this in my scrap bin to replace the ribbed one, because I always ran a ribbed one with a supercharger, which, I mean, not ideal, but now I've got a smooth pulley on that. So one of the things on my list that I wanted to change, and I found something, so sweet. One thing done.
We have got the exhaust dropped, transmission bracket is dropped. What else? AC compressor is bolted off. All the coolant is drained. You take off these radiator hoses, and then she's ready to come out. Yep.
Well, the UZ and W59 are officially out. So, time to wait for parts for this guy. So the heads are off and the cams are out. I'm waiting for my tools to come in the mail so I can remove the valve springs and the valve seals and put new valve seals in. And I'm waiting for my freaking BC springs, which are taking forever. But once I get that, then I can reassemble everything, and yeah. But I will show that process, the due process. Old pulley is off. Now for the 2.5 incher. All right, 2.5 inch pulley is now pressed on there. And yeah, one thing off the list. Okay, we are pulling valve springs out. This is the tool I'm using to remove them. Here it is, here's the part number. Very easy tool actually. Put a rag under the head so when you push down, the valves don't push down. Get this, push really hard down, and I'll show you what it looks like. When push really hard down, you'll feel it kind of loosen up, and then pull it out, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so you push really hard down, then you come out. Keepers are magnetized in there, and your valve spring is now free. So there we go. And I've got these organized so don't keep track of things. And then there's your keepers all magnetized in there. And then I'm going to be doing valve seals as well, and I will show that once I get both of these heads apart. We've got almost one head fully disassembled. I'm going to use my valve stem tool that I'll show you guys, or valve stem seal tool, and show you guys and remove these. So here's a valve seal that is out. I've got these four first ones out. This is a tool that I'm using, just some generic Amazon tool. I can show you the part number in a sec, but basically you just get a hold of it, and I like to go in round circular motions, and then that's gonna get it's hard with one hand, but round circular motions like this, and then it pops right out, and then I'll show you guys installing the new ones. That's the part number for the kit I'm using for the valve seal remover. I got the other head completely done, but I forgot to show you guys. So again, back where I was, pulling all these valve seals out.
All the valve seals are out. I got these ones. These ones, pieces of junk. They didn't freaking fit. Piece of junk. I got these ones from Rock Auto. A million times better. Good quality. And I'll show you how it's done. A little bit of oil or assembly lube to lube them up. Drop them on top of the valve. Just like that. Tool, that's from this kit. And then just push down on them like that. Yep, and then a few taps with the mallet for good measure. And there's the new one. So repeat. Now drop your new valve spring in. The retainer and the keepers. They just get dropped right there. Take this tool, place it right on top, and then push down extremely hard. These are very tight valve springs and it is really hard to get them down. Push down and then make sure there's a rag under it to keep the valve up, and then yeah. Okay, and as you're pushing down, you'll feel them kind of click, and then there we go. Just do that all over again for the rest of them. Got the heads torqued to ARP's torque specs. Got the cams in. They need to be torqued. This bolt needs to be taken out of the cam. And then timing belt, front covers and stuff, and then throw it back in. Alrighty guys, so with me going to the 2.5 inch pulley, I was scared that I was gonna rub through my radiator hose that comes right in the middle. Oh, almost fell. Right in the middle here. It goes right there. And I was gonna go around here, but I went to the junkyard and got a 2UZ crossbar pipe. They don't bolt on, but I'm gonna take this neck and then just weld it onto here. So if it does rub, it's not a rubber hose anymore. It's this cast aluminum, so it'll be fine. I mean, it might shred the belt, but I can always change that. But I'd rather not lose all my coolant. I'd rather lose the belt than lose all my coolant, you know? Okay, so we've cut off the section that I want. This is what I'm thinking right now, is just weld it on like that. I'm also going smaller pulley, so it'll pull it away a little. But I think it's something like that. But this thing's cut at kind of a slight angle, so something like that, basically. That's what I think. I'm still messing around with it. Lots of progress done. I'm almost ready to put the motor and trains back in. I'm pretty sure I showed this. That's going to the oil cooler. And then the other side is going into right there. Gonna have a hose come all the way to here. And another hose coming to here for the oil cooler. That is from a TUZ from, I think it was from a Sequoia, something like that. And then I modified this because of the Supercharger sets now. The belt's still gonna be going around it, but if the belt does rub, it's not gonna ruin a rubber hose, so we'll be fine there. I was gonna reroute it, but it kind of seemed more challenging than I thought, so this is the easiest route. Not the prettiest welds in the entire world that I have done, but haven't done aluminum in a long freaking time. That's the rear. That's from last time, how I modified it for my intake air temp. That needed to be modified a little more actually, because it was barely nicking on my that was barely nicking on my boost reference on my manifold. And so that might have been causing a boost leak. I smoke tested the car and it was okay, so maybe it wasn't, but ground that down just a little bit to give it more clearance, so now it's good. And yeah, she is all ready to go back in. So drop her in, hopefully get her done this weekend. Tried to repaint the valve covers, but they turned out very bad because of how cold it is in Utah right now. But I'll redo those in the summer, not a big deal. Doesn't hurt her performance. Okay, motor's in. I'm waiting for some injector seals to show up, and then I can put the rest together. She's all put back together, got my new injector seals, new intake manifold gasket, new O-rings for the injectors, a whole new seal kit for that, and then, I don't know, probably did a few more other things, 'cause it's been a while since I filmed a video, but she's done. Got the new springs in, that smaller pulley. But as you can see, we got a lot of snow where I live, and yeah,
and she's a low girl. And so I'm gonna have to wait until some of the snow melts or the roads get better cleared, because I can't even make it out of the driveway. But yeah, I will get pull videos in the next video. So thanks for watching.